morning. Welcome. I guess afternoon. Morning Pacific time, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 Eastern. Fairgrounds, race 4 into race 6 is where I have my strongest opinion today. You could kind of play early. I thought you could play really narrow. So tried to find a little bit of a better spot. I really like the trifecta as well in race 6, but a small pick 3, $4, 50-cent base, trying to beat Skipper's Pride. Gonna take a lot of action for Paco. Let's watch the race sim real quick. Declan Prince, they're on the turf. Going to show a lot of speed. This horse going to be flying out front, but I do think backs up. I think Gorilla Trek for Alexis Clare. We talked about her yesterday. She got a win. I believe just one, but I think sits a good trip, and I think Mailman Money, the top two picks here, I think both sit good trips. I think Paco going to get over bet here. I think you can beat with either the 1 or the 4. I also don't mind the exacta in this race. So I think the exacta is a play potentially with the 1 and 4, and I think you can use them both in the pick 3. You can see Alexis Clare doing so well down in Louisiana, going to have a great meet, I think. J-Love rides. He was 0 for 8 yesterday. I don't think he won race 1. I can't remember who was on the 5, but he's going to get a win today for sure. Might get more than one, but, she owns this horse. It's going to sit a good trip. You look, if you're e-user, have my analysis down here, going to be in the 1 post. Toss that last race out of Louisiana Downs in the 9 post. That's way too tough out there. And then race long. So she comes back, I think, to the right distance, has shown, you look down here, 1 of 56 at Louisiana Downs, and you look at some past form down here, 1 at Fairgrounds at 8.5 and a 50 off the pace. And that was from the 1 hole. So I don't see any problem here. Again, toss that last race from that post, showed the ability, can win at this level. And, I think has a big shot. Mailman Money, the other one, this is on the drop. You're getting a couple points strength of race drop. That's our class metric. Drops 2 points out of 58s into 56s. For Ward, nearly won last out at the Meadowlands. And also, in the Nest Barn, 1 out of 56 at Monmouth Park going 8. So has 1 at 8 in form, I think. I like that race last out. In the race 2 back, you can toss on the dirt. I think this horse might, has been on the dirt and turf, but bobbled, had trouble. And, again, dropping a couple points, finds a great spot. I think the 1 or 4 can sit off the pace and pounce and try to beat Paco on the 8 horse. In the next, I won't spend too much time here. This is a tough race. I narrowed to 4. I think the 2 is not just an extreme favorite. The 3 has a big shot, but, maybe the 1 or 7 can upset. You get a price. And then my best bet of the day is on the turf in race 6, the starter optional claim, Rosie's Angus. Let's watch the race sim. We'll add the 11 here and the 7. They're both speed. I also like the trifecta here, so we'll look at that. But the 7-11 going to show speed. I think the 1 going to get just a dream trip from this inside post. Should save ground, going to be coming late, but there's a lot of speed. And I think just going to be absolutely flying. You can see the GSR increase here. We'll talk about that. I think the 11 backs up. The 7 backs up. I like the try here, though. I think you can get, whether it's the 4, 9, or 10, or all 3 of them. Maybe the 11 can't even hit the board, but I would use in a try, and we'll look at that. But Rosie's Angus, 1 at 58 at Evangeline on the turf. This is a prep race last out, dropping in strength of race. We talked about that earlier. Colby rides here for Samuel. They hit at 24%. He's 24% dirt to turf. And I just think with all that speed up front, going to get an absolutely dream trip. Colby's a go-to here. Drops 4 points. That's material. Anything 2 to 4 points is material. So, best bet. I don't know, man. I hope we get 4 to 1. That'd be a dream. I'm going to single in this cheap pick 3. Again, I think it's pay good. We try to beat the favorite in most of these legs, including race 4. and you might get a nice little pick 3 here, $4 for 50 cents. And then I talked about just a couple plays here. I talked about the trifecta. And so, I'm including the 11 because I think it can hang around, if you want to slam. I mean, maybe you don't even use it in second, but I just put it in. Originally, I wasn't even going to use it, but, the ticket was $6, but it increases up to 11. But, maybe, cover with the 11 and maybe play an extra 50 cents, without the 11, and it will be a lot cheaper, only $6. And a try like this, we could easily you get that 11 out of there, where you could easily get 30, 40 to 1. The 11 hits can pay lower, but again, or maybe, play it how you want. But I think that the 1 is the key for me here. Top win, top pick, wins the race in, coming off the pace, Rosie's Angus. That's it for today. Just a couple of plays. Good luck if you're playing. We'll be around all weekend covering Fairgrounds, maybe a little bit of Gulfstream as well. And I don't have a strong opinion late. If anybody knows where to see Fairgrounds work video, I haven't been able to find it. Let me know. You can shoot me a message on X or an email at Equinedge, Justin at Equinedge. Would love to try to find some video where somebody who's covering workouts. There's some good maidens in the last 2 races, but I'll have a strong opinion without watching work videos. So 1 horse, best bet of the day there, trifecta there, and then pick 3 here is cheap, trying to be favorites in most of the legs. All right, y'all. Good luck. Chat soon.